I believe that cold calling is where all of the sales skills find their harmony. Now, cold calling and in-person approaches have one massive advantage over cold email and cold DM and all other forms of communication. You can literally go through all three phases. That's marketing, selling, and closing in one call. Your opener can make or break you. Your opener can make it very easy for the call to move forward, or it can make it very hard. This is where your hook is going to be. Mr. Johnson, you're going to order 1 million units? Why not make it 2 million? Let's do this right. Let's get 2 million units in. Hello? Damn it. We're talking about cold calling. Cold calling is my absolute favorite means of communication. There is nothing better than grabbing a Diet Coke, popping a Zen, blasting AC/DC, and ripping cold calls all day to earn some business. I believe that cold calling is where all of the sales skills find their harmony. Now, cold calling and in-person approaches have one massive advantage over cold email and cold DM and all other forms of communication. You can literally go through all three phases. That's marketing, selling, and closing in one call. I myself personally have closed many deals in one call, and industries like solar and pest control rely heavily on closing deals in one call. Now, however, unlike email, cold calling and in-person approaches come with the most resistance because they gain greater attention because they are a greater interruption. And if you remember back from our last video on introduction into cold outreach, resistance is that gut reaction that people naturally have towards sales reps. Like, for instance, approaching somebody in the store. How can I help you? They almost always say, I'm just looking. That's resistance. One other thing that with cold outreach, with cold calling specifically, and in-person cold outreach is unlike email and DMs where it's you either send an email or a DM that lands or gets ignored, you have the ability to course correct. So that's one of the biggest advantages. It's an in-person approach. I like to think of cold email as cold DMs as like firing a gun where like you pull the trigger and the bullet goes out and either it hits the person or it doesn't. And I like to think of cold calling and in-person as more melee fighting, more UFC, more MMA, more of a sword fight, right? You have the ability to adapt. So there's a major advantage. So the biggest part of cold calling specifically is going to be your opener. Your opener can make or break you. Your opener can make it very easy for the call to move forward, or it can make it very hard. This is where your hook is going to be. And the one disadvantage that cold calling has over direct selling, that's door-to-door in-person selling, is that your only ability to draw a hook is from your voice. You have to have good tonality, you have to have good energy, and you have to have the ability to speak with conviction from the first 5 seconds of the call. Because in 5 seconds, they're going to decide if they want to talk to you more or they're not going to want to talk to you again. So a couple of openers that I like to use. I personally, in B2B sales, love to act like I'm someone they should already know. So for instance, one of my openers that's a go-to for me is, hello, my name is Robert Nelson. I'm your new account rep for XYZ company. I just wanted to formally introduce myself and see if now is a good time to discuss your current location, see if there's ways we can better serve you. If now is not a good time, can we schedule a Teams meeting for later today or tomorrow? Now, this opener has served me extremely well in B2B sales because even if it's not a customer of yours, it appears that you're just following basic procedure, right? I'm supposed to be calling you. It's natural for you to be talking to me. I'm your account rep. And if you are their account rep, it's not a lie. You're their account rep. Even if they're not doing business, you're their account rep. You've been assigned to them. However, you assign accounts. It does a great job of lowering their guard. Now, will say this, and this is true for all cold calling. I highly recommend scheduling calls within 24 to 48 hours because the longer you wait, the more opportunity they have to forget, the more opportunity they have to do more research, realize that, hey, we actually don't do business with you and I have no reason to talk to you, yada, yada, yada. So I would definitely recommend try to schedule all calls within 24 to 48 hours. Now, potential responses and potential resistance you might get from this is they might call your bluff out from the spot. They might say, hey, I don't believe you're one of our vendors. To which my response has always been, that's exactly why I'm calling. I don't see any activity in your account right now, and we've helped other companies in your field achieve ABC outcomes. So if we can do the same for you, wouldn't it be worth a 20-minute conversation? Now, this generally works most of the time to get through to more conversation on the sale, an appointment, so on and so forth. Another one I use, and we've already introduced this to you in the cold DM side for LinkedIn DMs, but I like to use the You're Gonna Hate Me. Brendon is a real estate trainer on YouTube, and he made a phenomenal video where he tested 10 different openers and he used it on 100 different people. So this is backed up research from 1,000 different calls. Okay? 1,000. And he would rate the opener on how many times it got them through to continue the conversation. How many of these openers prevented the person on the other line from hanging up the phone and continuously speak with you? And of all the openers, this one I'm going to give you had an 88% success rate. So I'm going to give it to you now. Hello, is this John? Hey, John, this is Robert. Listen, you're going to hate me, but I'm a realtor. Do you want to hang up or give me 30 seconds to tell you why I called? Now, of course, if you're not a realtor, you're going to have to take this little opener and you're going to have to tailor it to your business. I've used this for my marketing agency and I can personally tell you it works. And it works really well. It really does. I rarely had anyone on the phone not give me time to talk to them when I use this opener. And I think the reason why is if you remember in our opening statement about marketing, we always want to enter the conversation already happening in the customer's mind. And when you personally receive a cold call, what is your reaction? Crap, this is a salesperson, right? We all do it. I've been cold calling for 7 years. I have that reaction. I hate being cold called. But someone's got to do it to make money. So by acknowledging the elephant in the room and addressing that, hey, this is kind of awkward, and putting them back in a position of power and acknowledging that and giving them the freedom to level with them on a personal basis in the core root of their soul, you actually earn more respect. It's a little bit of a push away, but then they push back. Hello, John. This is Robert. Listen, you're going to hate me. I'm with a marketing agency. Do you want to hang up or give me 30 seconds of your time to tell you why I called? Now, that is a powerful opener. That is a powerful opener. If you want to learn more openers, I'm going to link his YouTube video in the below this little video here so you can learn more. But personally, if that one works 88% of the time, why wouldn't you use this? Now, once they give you permission to move into your story, make a value proposition that is 1 to 2, at most 3 sentences long. Again, we're trying to get through this. We don't want to be taking up their time and pitch slapping them with every single thing. So again, from the top, hello, John, this is Robert. Listen, you're going to hate me. I'm with a marketing agency. Do you want to hang up or give me 30 seconds of your time to tell you why I called? He says, yes. Great. Listen, I work with a company called Vendor Marketing, and we help companies like yours increase their revenue by supplying superior leads. Now tell me, how are you currently acquiring leads? That is how I move in. I go straight from hook to story, but instead of making my offer right away, I change up the HSO method a little bit here, and I go directly into discovery. Boom. Asking them the questions that I need. It's a little bit different than our methodology, and we're twisting it a little bit, but that's what I do. And generally, at this point, you're going to get resistance, right? This is where the resistance will come. So what I have here is some common things over the 7 years that I've been selling of what people will say in reaction to your cold call. So we're going to go through it. I recommend you listen to it. This will also apply a good amount to our door-to-door / in-person outreach. But let's walk through it. So you give them your line, you start asking them questions, and they're going to say, I'm not interested. What do you say? Think of your response. Got it? This is how I like to respond. John, that's exactly why I'm calling. Most of my customers have the same response, but when they saw how we could achieve ABC results, they were glad they took the time to speak with me. Now, John, if we can achieve the same results for you, wouldn't it be worth 5 minutes to see if that's possible? What this does is, again, it acknowledges them and it agrees with them. Hey, that's exactly why I'm calling. My own customers said the same thing. They all had the same response you did. We acknowledge. We always lead any objection or resistance with acknowledgement. We don't want to belittle their feelings. Remember, people care way more about what they think than what you think. So I acknowledge, hey, that's exactly why I'm calling. Most of my customers had the same exact feeling. But when they saw how we could achieve this for them, and when we did, they were happy they spoke with me. Now, John, if we can get you the same results, wouldn't it be worth 5 minutes to see if that's even possible? I'm not even telling John that I am going to get him those results. I'm not even promising that he's going to absolutely make billions of dollars. I'm saying if. I'm pulling it back a little bit. I'm staying neutral. I don't want to be so aggressive. I want to lead subtlety in the call. Another thing they will say is just send me an email. Now, amateur reps will get excited about this, right? They'll get like, oh, I sent an email. He's interested. No, he's not. Some people don't have the ability within their soul to reject someone, right? Maybe you're like that. Telling someone no just breaks their heart. So they're not going to tell you, no, I'm not interested. They're going to say, just send me an email, because there's no commitment, there's no ability, and you're going to lose them. I have very, very rarely ever responded to a resistance like this with an email and have ever gotten a reply. In the 7 years I've been in business, never seen it. Maybe if it has happened, I don't even remember it. It's so uncommon. So it's tricky because it could just be an excuse, but it also could be a sign that they actually are busy, and that is real. So you've got to be delicate here. Delicacy is the name of the game when dealing with resistance. You can't be so forthright, but you also can't be a pansy. You've got to play a neutral game. So my response to this has always been, hey, John, more than happy to do that. However, without understanding your company, I wouldn't know exactly what to send you. Can I ask you some questions real quick, or can we set aside an appointment to discuss this further later today? Another more forward response to this could be, if you're like, this is your style and you're just a hammer and you just want to hammer through people, is you can call their bluff. So you could say something like, hey, John, sometimes when people ask me to send them an email, they're really just trying to get me off the phone. Now you can be honest with me. Are you actually interested in what we offer, or are you just trying to push me away? This, again, it's way more forward. It might suit your style. If they are truly interested, they'll tell you, no, I am actually interested. I just have, my kid is crying. My wife's not home. I have a meeting in 5 minutes. I am interested. At that point, set an appointment with them in 24 to 48 hours. Get that appointment set, because then you've already gotten a commitment for them. Now, if they say no, well, now they're going to tell you the real reason they're not interested, and you'll hear one of these other responses. They might just say, listen, I'm just not interested. Or they might say the next resistance, we already have a vendor for that, or I do that myself. We handle that in-house, whichever way you want to phrase it. To which my response has always been, hey, that's exactly why I'm calling. Notice I use that with every single response here. That's exactly why I'm calling. Most of my clients were using other vendors, and I would figure a business of your size, you would already have something like this in place. But when my customers saw that we could accomplish ABC results, they were glad they took the time to speak with me. Now, John, if I can get you those same results, wouldn't it be worth 5 minutes to see if that's even possible? It works like magic, right? You are acknowledging their response. Hey, that's exactly why I called. Most of my clients were using other vendors. A lot of my clients were doing this in-house. A lot of my clients did that themselves, right? Fully understand. I am acknowledging that. And then I'm offsetting that by using my other customers and saying, listen, this is this. This is this. Boom, 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 boom. But what do you do if someone has already tried if you have a more niche product? What do you do if someone has tried that in the past and it didn't work, right? Hey, listen, we've tried this in the past. It didn't work. We tried out a marketing agency once. Didn't work. We looked into life insurance. Wasn't really right for us. We looked into a realtor. Didn't really work out for us. Here's a response I would give. John, that's exactly why I'm calling. I'm not going to sit here and beat on my competitors, but in reality, we have achieved ABC results for customers, and they were glad they went with us. Now, can I promise that we'll get you all those exact results? I'm not sure, but it's worth at least exploring, isn't it? Now, in cold calling, you have two main goals. Either close them in one call or get as far as you can to get this, to set an appointment with them in the next 24 to 48 hours. If you can get through discovery and learn their pain points, you can start your next meeting with your pitch. Those are really your goals, right? This here is just trying to get you your foot in the door. How do I get my foot in the door so I can get to the discovery? How do I get my foot in the door so I can get to the close? How do I keep him on the phone? Now, are all these responses I've given, are all of them going to work 100% of the time? No. Okay? It's not going to happen. But if you are making 100 calls a day, they will work on the right people. And I can tell you this too. I was once a purchaser for logistics for a major pottery distributor in North Carolina. And so I would receive cold calls every single day, 4 a day, 5 a day, 6 a day, sometimes 10 a day if the season was hot. And what I learned being in that position was that most people don't push hard enough. They don't address resistance at all. I would tell them I'm not interested. Okay, Robert, well, I'll call back in 3 months. Hey, just send me an email. Sure thing, buddy. Hey, we already have a vendor for that. Okay, that's fine. If you do that, you're going to die. If you do that, you're not going to make it. You have to have the courage to push past resistance. You have a product or a service that can help people, that can change lives potentially. You have kids to feed. You have a future to plan for. You have goals. You have a why. You have to have the courage to push past resistance. And so I'm giving you here are some scripts and some word tracks to get through it. But at the end of the day, man, whatever you say, as long as you're pushing, you can get an opportunity. You got to do it. And I'm suggesting a neutral ground, but there have been times where I have said, they've said, I'm not interested. And I've said, and I've done this. This has worked. Hey, Jim, listen, I understand why you're saying that. If I can be transparent with you from a human to human level, I'm just trying to grow my book of business. I really do have an amazing product to offer you. And in transparency, I am a father of 3 kids and I really need to get an appointment going. I promise you I'm not going to waste your time. Can we just talk for 10 minutes? Now that is super desperate. And I'm not saying you should do that. That's probably not the right thing to say. But that has gotten me through on phone calls. The willingness to push back is massively underrated in sales today. Don't just accept the first answer. Don't just try to be polite all the time. These people are not doing business with you and you're worried about what they think about you and how they receive you and whether or not they think you're a nice guy. Well, they might think you're the nicest guy in the world, but they're not going to give you any money unless you close them. Do you understand? You're not going to make it. Have courage. Push past. Not interested. Exactly why I'm calling. Some of my own customers said the same thing. When they saw we could do this for them, they were so glad they went with us. They've been glad ever since. I'll give you their number. Now, if we can do the same for you, are you willing to have a 5-minute conversation with me? Boom. Off the cuff. Hit them with it. Just send me an email. Listen, I'm more than willing to do that, but I don't understand your business right now. Can I ask you some questions right now so I know what to send you? Or can we set an appointment for later today? I'm just really busy. Hey, listen, I understand. Can I just ask a transparent question? Are you really busy or are you just fully not interested in what I have to say? Are you just completely not interested at all? Yeah, I'm not interested. Don't let them off the phone until they give you an appointment. Okay? Make them hang up or move on. It's up to you. But don't move on without putting up a fight. I truly believe in you. I truly believe in your ability. I've made this course to help you. I want you to grow as a person and grow your revenues. But if you're not willing to fight for it, you'll never get anywhere.